Tu-142 Bear F maritime reconnaissance aircraft, she said, adding that one IL-20 intelligence collection aircraft was detected during the flight incursions over the past 10 days. However, other defense officials said that the large number of aerial incursions is very unusual and harkens back to the Cold War when Soviet bombers frequently sought to trigger air defenses along the periphery of U.S. territory as preparation for nuclear conflict. Moscow, under strongman President Vladimir Putin, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, that's a comparison that he probably makes him smile. It's really not an insult to call him Vladimir Stalin because he loves it. President Vladimir Putin is engaged in a major buildup of its strategic nuclear forces. The modernization includes new missiles of several ranges, new strategic missiles, submarines, and new long-range bombers. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the beginning of the Second Cold War. Or, we could put it in Hollywood's terms, Cold War redo. Or like Fast and Furious, Cold War, Alaska, in a world where wars are normally hot, one war is cold. We could have Sarah Palin, in the movie Cold War, Alaska. I'm just saying, As for its long-range aviation flights near U.S. coast, Russia has been sharply increasing the activities, especially in the Pacific Northwest near Alaska, Canada, and the West Coast. Well, yeah. Duh. What do you think they're going to do? Fly the other direction all the way around the planet and then, incur on the East Coast? Probably not. It's a short trip, to the West Coast for them. Washington Free Beacon first reported that two Bear bombers flew within 50 miles of the California coast on June 9th. The closest the Russians have flown their nuclear-capable bombers since the days of the Cold War. A U.S. F-15 intercepted the bombers. Yeah, no, don't send a Raptor, one of our new planes. I don't know. Air defense officials disagreed with the spokeswoman on the increased bomber forays. Russian strategic nuclear forces appear to be trying to test our air defense reactions or our command and control system, said an official familiar with the reports. These are not just training missions, the official added. Northern Command and NORAD in the past frequently sought to dismiss the Russian bomber incursions as non-threatening as part of the Obama administration's conciliatory reset policy of seeking closer ties with Moscow. Yeah, that sounds like a lib. Oh, Russian nuclear bombers are, flying within 50 miles of the West Coast. Oh, that's just Obama's reset. That was Hillary's reset. We're friends now. Yeah, they come over on jet skis, too. Nothing to see here, folks. These people are either brain-dead morons or they think we're brain-dead morons. Neither one is good. Moscow dismissed the charges as untrue. Well, sure they will. Meanwhile, when we're in their neck of the woods, we run. You know, just, I don't know, July 18th, I believe. Well, U.S. officials confirmed an RC-135 Rivet jet electronic intelligence gathering aircraft was forced into violating Swedish airspace by a Russian fighter jet July 18th. The U.S. jet was seeking to evade the Russian interceptor jet at the time. The encounter took place a day after Malaysian Airlines flight MH17 was shot down by a missile over Ukraine. You know, when we're in their neck of the woods, we hightail it out of there. That's very dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. You know, are they seriously thinking about, a strike? No, I doubt it. But you never know. You just never know with these people. And Vladimir Putin, he's not, he's an old Soviet-style tough guy. Probably responsible for thousands and thousands of deaths. Probably responsible for the murders of all the journalists, I'm guessing. Been a lot of journalists murdered in Russia over the last 10, 15 years. Most likely his boys over at the KGB killing the journalists. This guy is quite capable of being Joe Stalin. Maybe we should compare him to Adolf Hitler, because that would piss him off. Maybe we should call him Vladimir Hitler. Now that he wouldn't like. I'm sure of that. Who knows? I lost you there for a minute. We'll see what happens. This is very dangerous. We'll keep a close eye on this. I think Vladimir is sending a message to Obama. Don't mess with me. I think it's a clear message. Moving on. See what else we got in the stack. I don't know why I say stack, because there's not really a stack here. Must be picking up on, force of habit or something. Moving on. We know the ceasefire is officially over. In Gaza. And I think it's time to, story off of Fox. Shout out to Fox News. It's time to face the facts. that the UN encourages terrorism. Duh. There are some reports that some of the tunnels coming out of Gaza are coming out of leading out directly out of UN buildings. There was a couple of reports in the last week or so of tunnels being found with entrances in UN buildings. They're placing their rocket launchers near UN buildings. The UN should be sending people out with GPS locators, or laser markers, so the IDF can go in and take out the launchers right next to the UN building without hitting the UN building or UN school. The UN should be using laser pointers or markers of some sort, GPS locators. They should be sneaking out and putting them on the launchers. They should be helping Israel instead of condemning them. Now, the headline on this story is it's time to face the facts. Gaza Strip conflict, time to face the ugly truth. The UN encourages terrorism. As terrorist organization Hamas breaks yet another ceasefire, it operates with the firm belief that it will be protected by the international stage. That's because the modern United Nations has become an instrument of war just 7 decades after it was founded to save succeeding generations from the scourge of war. It's time to face the ugly truth. The UN encourages terrorism. UN enablers on the ground in Gaza. UN broadcasters in the diplomatic comfort zones of Geneva and New York are partners in incitement to genocide against Israel and the Jewish state. Think back to Rwanda, where a radio station broadcast that Tutsis were cockroaches. The message received was that killing was justified. The Tutsis deserved what they got. Such broadcasts were criminal. The demonization of the Israelis by the United Nations is similar to venomous, regardless of diplomatic facade. Similarly venomous, regardless of diplomatic facade. On July 30th, UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon accused Israel of attacking sleeping children. I tell you, if it was me, ladies and gentlemen, I would evict the UN from the shores of the United States. They're completely, they were impotent. Now they might even be complicit. On July 30th, UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon accused Israel of attacking sleeping children. On July 23rd, the UN High Commissioner of Human Rights, Navi Pillay, told the UN Human Rights Council that Israel exhibited disregard for the right to life. She alleged that it was shockingly evident for all to see the apparent targeting of children playing. Yeah, they're just targeting playing children, for no reason, please. And nobody says a word about these people. Well, a few people do, but, On July 14th, UN Relief and Works Agency Commissioner General, whatever his name is, Perrier,